Alright, how you all doing? I've got a bit of a tick going on at the moment because I'm supposed to be, right now, working. But within, I've been distracted anyway. I haven't had any sleep. Within about half an hour, I'd almost boshed the kids a million-ty times because they were just walking through the room. And they kept on coming in and giving me hugs, talking, "Hey dad, hey dad, hey dad, hey dad." And so I was like, look, I'm gonna stop for today. I'm gonna get on with other things. I'm just gonna take the day off. My days off are tomorrow and Saturday, Sunday, as we've said. I was gonna start trying to take days off, but realistically, I should be taking days off because the kids are off school. They weren't well, so I'm gonna take the time off. And I'm gonna kind of dip into other projects, and I'm gonna hang out with my boys. I'm gonna hang out with my boys. I don't like starting things and not finishing them. But we're in a groove. I found and stole some RAM. Look it. That says 23.4 the gigs of the RAM. I had 8 in it. Still a little box on the floor. I had a spare box that I couldn't use for games, and it had 16 gigs of dual channel in it. So I whipped it. I don't like mixing and matching, but for today, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Knowing my luck, this is gonna completely bomb out. I've got my Steam pad. We've installed Elden Ring on the Steam box. Should we put it into big picture mode? And right, you can see KDE. This isn't anything magical. It is. Hit the button. So is this many gigs of RAM, Core i5 2400 and 1650 in it. Elden Ring. Yes. Manage the game controller config. There's a From Software Steam pad config. Let's scab that. Apply, even though it looked like it was already applied. Play my game. Play Elden Ring. Is that doing anything? Performing first time setup. Oh. Is actually just something happened? Huh? Huh? Did the AC just have a hissy fit? I'm going to verify the integrity of the files and try that again, but without big picture. Right, from where I'm sat, that says validation successfully completed. Okay, see, look, successfully validated. Bam! 100%. Done. I agree with you. Right. So, let's try and launch without, I haven't played it for 4.8 hours. Let's try again without. Come on. Don't be a plank all your life. You can do this. You can do it. You just don't like big picture, do you? Do you? You complete and utter bastard. But I like big picture. That's the point. See, if you now, this isn't mapped properly. Oh, hang on. Oh, bastard. Let's see if it works if I wire up a sex box pad. I've got plenty laying about. Probably don't even need to have it wired. Right, so we give it the RAM. This is where EAC goes, you're banned because you're using Linux. Even though Elden Ring is pictured having the old tick-a-tick. It's probably set to like 50,000K, whatever. System. 1080p medium? Oh, excellent. I did tweak settings in my savey save so that it started in medium, but that's about Steam Deck res, is it not? That's, you know, I know I've just set it to 900p, but and that's not smooth. Well, it is smooth, but that ain't 60. Should I wrap up an overlay? I'm sure I had the overlay enabled. The Steam overlay isn't the working. Fine. I've exited to the title so my graphic settings stick. I've set it to 900p high. I will happily play a Souls, Elden Ring, whatever game at 30 if it's a solid 30. Alright, as long as it's consistent, I'm cool. As long as I don't get hitches, I'm happy. So, that's ancient as hardware, which apparently may equate to the Steam Deck. I've just shut the blinds just so you can get a wide shot of this, okay? But I've just gone back to one of the main areas I'd normally go to check for frame rate, which is just a castle. Oh god, yeah, there you go. Look at that slowdown. Whew. Could I play it like this? Yes. Because it's not stuttering. Oh. We're going to get our first death. I just remembered something, hang on. Oh, I missed it. Bastard. Right, okay. So I've done that. What I should have really done is got some overlays set up. But system, let's set it back to 900 medium. You know what? I'll be nice to it. I'll be nice to it. Steam Deck, they say, you know, 720. Looks like mud. Not gonna lie, looks like mud. Some settings haven't been changed. Go back to the main menu. Okay then, so we'll go to the main menu. Listen to that little GPU go mental. But I mean, this is what the game would play like in the region of on a Steam Deck. And you've got to understand that like the Steam Deck's going to have a much smaller screen, so you're not really going to be noticing all you're not going to notice the softness of the image as much. I mean, on the big screen, that looks pretty terrible. That's like stretching a Super Nintendo game. But, I mean, yeah, it's not 60. Ooh. Whilst not ideal, that's okay actually. That's okay. As I say, it's not. Has he forgot I'm here? Yeah, the AI does that from time to time. Oh no, he's remembered. Oh, he just ran me through, what a prick. Crossbow that little prick. Got a mate up on the mountain. What about? Huh? That's a bird. I don't want to lock onto the bird. I was looking for soldiers to kill. This is fine. Like legit. No two ways about it. This is fine. Is it, like I say, it's not high res, it's not high frame rate. But it's pretty solid. This is the area I was testing my big PC with in this game. This is fine. I prefer 900, like 900 high. What am I about to set to actually? I forgot already. Like 720 medium. Like I say, I prefer higher, but I could totally play like this. Especially if it was on a handheld. Horsepower. Yeah, alright. I know people want the Steam Deck to be a super hardcore, mega powerful, you know, Switch killer, but if I could take Elden Ring out of my backpack and play it for like 2 hours, I'm cool with that. Because for anyone complaining about the battery life, Breath of the Wild on the Switch didn't play for that long on battery power either. And my laptop there, even if you disable the main graphics card and just use the Vega GPU in it, I think it's Vega. It only lasts for an hour. So I think people have got to really temper their expectations with this device, and yeah, I think this is going to be a fantastical. Oh shit! Pick up. Look, that's the wrong guy, mate. Wrong guy. Oh fuck! Why are you locked there? Right, get out of it, son. You ain't nothing. Right, he's dead. Try that again, boy. Nailed it. There we go. That's my normal run. That was playable. Playable. For some reason it doesn't like big picture mode. I'm not entirely sure why. Just doesn't like it. This would be like PS4 for me, honestly. Cool. Success. Not perfectly accurate, but I'd say that's acceptable for a machine of this age. Some might be wondering, hang on, you pulled 16 gigs of RAM out of this. Why didn't you use this for your Steam box? let me tell you a quick story, a cautionary tale. This is a recycling centre business PC, just like my Steam machine. The one. You can usually get these kind of things for 100, 200 bucks, depending on where you go and what they got in them. This is a 6th gen Core i5, and if you know, it's got USB 3 on it, which is why I wanted it. I flat out went complete derp on this one though. No brained it. Looked at it, went small form factor, roughly the same kind of groove on the back as my other small one, but loads and loads of USB 3s. And I picked this up actually with the intention of either steam machining it, or, and as an upgrade to the other one, or using it as a streaming box. So a dedicated PC for live streaming. So I would like take this, whap a graphics card in it, like an NVIDIA GTX 1650, 1050 Ti, whatever, whap it in here, put OBS on it, connect up some USB 3 capture cards to it. Job's a good one. So I've got a bunch of Linux capture cards and stuff. I actually have had a dedicated Linux streaming PC up the stairs a while ago. It was a Dell workstation with a Xeon processor in it. Just put a PCIe USB 3 card in it, and then just whacked all my capture cards into it, Linux compatible capture cards in it, and then hooked up that little one to the back of the stream rig, and we had a 2-machine stream set up, and that was just all Linux all the time. No one would have known the difference, to be fair. No one would have known the difference between those 2 machines and a Windows stream rig. But the boo-boo that was made was that I didn't check it. I didn't think to check the guts of it. I was just like, yeah, as I say, same form factor. It's got to be good, right? I'll open this up and you'll go, oh. Alright, just give it a yoink on the back and lift. Here you go. So here's here's the guts of the machine, and you know, hard drive tray. You just pull it up. You don't have to take the front cover on this one though. You have to take that. You lift that away, and then you can pull all this out. You know, which way is it? That way. Yeah, you can lift all the gump off, get to the RAM underneath it and all that. But at first I was worried a bit about the power supply. I did buy another power supply for one of these, just in case, because you needed 75 watts, about 150 watts, 200 watts, something like that, to run one of the GPUs in it. But straight away you'll notice my problem. The graphics card won't fit. 1x the graphics card would have to go here. I'll just bosh into the power supply. So this was going to become a server, and then I made a server out of it, and then I just let it sit. Still actually capable of streaming, but you'd have to use the i5's GPU encoder, and frankly on Linux that's turd. But yeah, so cautionary tale, if you're going to buy one of these, if you're going to buy a cheap little business PC, because as I say, you can buy them cheap and you can get them quite powerful for a few $100, because the i5 6th gen, whilst not super new, is still pretty solid. Pretty solid. I mean, it's going to be long in the tooth soon, but you can still use it for an emulation box or something like that. Not this specific model though, the 3040, because of the graphics card issue. But yeah, look inside it, check your PCIe slots, and yeah. So this is why we're not using this as a SteamOS box. But that's a nice little machine. I have an even smaller one of these floating about somewhere. Near enough the same processor in it, just so I could rig up a capture card and stream with it. But yeah, I mean, you can do all that stuff on your phone now, but that was the plan for that little one. Never came to be.
So you're walking down this hallway, and then you go into this room, and you're in the room now. But if you turn around, nothing's the same. Instead of there being a long hallway, which there was before, you've got a short hallway with a curve into another short hallway, and this is what I've done so far, so I haven't done Mum. But I made a teleporting system.
Genius.
Stole one. Ah, my feet.
Hello! Hello there, humans!
No, you're not human.
Screw you!
Is your doggo?
No!
Well, where is doggo?
On a walk.
Oh, he's gone off for a sheet.
Ah, my foot.
Dad?
And get your foot out from underneath that beanbag, stupid woman. Yes.
What are you doing?
Nothing, mate. What are you doing?
What?
Are you?
I'm doing nothing.
Are you recording?
No, mate. Hi, mate.
Just be honest.
Pat, pat, pat. Yes, I am. 1 second. Actually, what I've been doing is this, because Big Man had a Roku that randomly started displaying this like dodgy little fault. I don't know actually what model is this. Roku Express. He got it from his nanny ages ago, and it's worked fine. But just out of nowhere, I started saying, yeah, plug it into power, insufficient power. It's like, but it is. It's like, don't plug it into the telly, plug it into the wall outlet. It's like, it is. And we've tried, his brother's got one as well, and I've tried connecting up the cables from that, and I've tried connecting up different cables from other stuff, like he's got a Google Home speaker in here. Tried hooking up the power cable from that. No. His brother's cable. No. Other missed cables and power banks. No. So, what I've done is, so you can't go without having the telly in his room. It's not quite what he wants, but I just grabbed my what is it, Chromecast with Google TV, and so now he can access Disney, Netflix, Spotify, the Apple one. Oh, I won't let him have regular YouTube, so I just installed YouTube Kids until he turns 13 and prime the video. So at least now the big cool man can he can watch the tellies in, well, relative peace. I've been playing Metro 2033 Redux on the Steam machine for a large chunk of the day. It's been really quite fun. It's actually probably one of the first games I've played in the longest time where I haven't actually streamed it, and yet still somehow managed to enjoy it. I've got this weird kind of thing where I don't really enjoy playing games that much anymore if I'm not streaming them. So to be able to just sit there and, you know, shoot random people and random animals, that was kind of fun. That sounds really dark, doesn't it? Well, it should do, because it's Russia after it's been nuked, which probably isn't a particularly great topic right now. Seriously though, check out the book Metro 2033. It's pretty sound. Originally it was published mostly online, wasn't it, for free, before it got big time published and translated and stuff, and then turned into a game. But I think the studio who did Metro are in the Ukraine. Oh dear. The Steam machine footagey bits really long, just because I don't want, if anyone sees that stuff, I don't want anyone to think that maybe I've switched out the machine for something faster, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to like fudge loading times and stuff. Like, I don't want people to think that I've maybe rigged up a Windows machine to make it like work. I wanted to actually show it was Linux and those are the loading times and all that kind of the stuff. I could have done the cut, make it go faster thing, but again, I didn't want to fudge loading times. I wanted it to be as real as could be. So the long kind of demonstration that no one asked for, but I think it worked pretty well, given the hardware. So I have reasonable hopes on the Steam Deck when people can finally get their hands on them. I've heard so many people are so disappointed in them, but I think realistically, temper your expectations. Seriously, it's not a super high-end, mega powerful PC, but it's fantastic what you can get for $500 these days. Absolutely fantastic. And because it's set up in just such a way that you can play absolutely anything and everything. It's got the touchpad, so you can do the whole mousey stuff too, and they work really well. Not that I've actually used the Steam Deck, but on the Steam Pad they work really well. So, only other thing to note, I really need to do something about my VR play space in the middle room. As I said this morning, I almost boshed the children a million times, and that's not the on. Because I've pointed out before, this is the room where I do VR. There's a corridor going between there and there. And so if I'm in VR or something and I turn around, I smack whoever's walking through the corridor. And the corridor is, whilst I have cut off my play space, you know, if my play space is here where I'm standing, yeah, well the corridor's only there. So I might have to find somewhere else to do it, or find games I can reasonably play sitting down, because I don't want to hit anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone. You know, that's kind of that's the last thing I really want to do whilst I'm just trying to have a laugh in VR with my mates. Unless, of course, I get full body tracking and I give someone the boot, and all of a sudden I kick someone in the real world and go, "Oh mate, VR has never felt so real." As you like backhand and kick someone. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I don't actually think that there's a play space invasion feature. So when something walks into your play space, I think it flags up on pass-through. It can actually show you what the object is that's coming to your play space to warn you about it. But I think that only works if you're using the Oculus Quest 2 in standalone mode. I don't think it works if you have it hooked up to a PC, so might be something I have to look into, or I might just have to move my play space or whatever. Just not do it whilst the kids are at home. It's a bit silly of me, really. They promised they wouldn't, but they can't help it. They are itching to get into VR. So if they know I'm playing VR or something, they're here watching and laughing at me. "Oh, look at that stupid bald old man swinging his arms around like a mental case." They'll be doing it soon. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. I think I might play a bit more Metro, but only when the kiddie links go to the bed. I'll do it tomorrow, so I want to go to bed for now. But yeah, do it when the kiddie links go to bed. 'Cause it's not the kind of game I want to play in front of the kids, to be honest. So I hope you will. I'm one of them stupid parents that like doesn't play overly adult titles around the kids. So you know, sue me. See what we'll do like in the next one.